This is the producer. I'm getting sick of this. You old geezers better make a good podcast today. I swear, if this isn't a good one, I'm gonna fire all your sorry, nasty, crusty old geezer butts.
I may be old, but I'm still a gamer. Playing since the days of Pong and Space Invaders. Not as quick as I used to be, but my thumbs still move like lightning, you'll see. I'm a geezer gamer, don't forget. I beat you at any game, don't you fret. My reflexes may be slower than before, but my skills are just as hardcore.
Not as strong as they used to be. Cracks of thunder like in their knees. They take breaks from gaming just to pee. Their jokes and rants are just grisly.
I remember Mario was a pixelated sprite, and Doom was a game that gave me a fright. I've seen it all, from the carts to the disc, and my doctor says it's a real health risk. I may not have the time to game all day, but when I do, I make it count in every way. I'll take any challenge, any boss you need, and when I win, I give a shout out to my old gaming posse.
They're a sneeze away from a heart attack. They dance, but then they throw out their backs. When they teabag, they lean on their canes. Just for geezers who like to rant and complain.
This is the producer. Guys, that's pretty fire. I gotta admit, that's pretty good. This is the kind of stuff I need you guys to do. So let's do a little bit more of that, okay? Keep going, keep going.
Don't you underestimate this old geezer. I may be past my prime, but I am still a gamer. And when it comes to gaming, I will never retire. Cause this geezer gamer sets your soul on fire.
This is the producer. I'm getting sick of this. You old geezers better make a good podcast today. I swear, if this isn't a good one, I'm gonna fire all your sorry, nasty, crusty old geezer butts.
I may be old, but I'm still a gamer. Playing since the days of Pong and Space Invaders. Not as quick as I used to be, but my thumbs still move like lightning, you'll see. I'm a geezer gamer, don't forget. I beat you at any game, don't you fret. My reflexes may be slower than before, but my skills are just as hardcore.
Not as strong as they used to be. Cracks of thunder like in their knees. They take breaks from gaming just to pee. Their jokes and rants are just grisly.
I remember Mario was a pixelated sprite, and Doom was a game that gave me a fright. I've seen it all, from the carts to the disc, and my doctor says it's a real health risk. I may not have the time to game all day, but when I do, I make it count in every way. I'll take any challenge, any boss you need, and when I win, I give a shout out to my old gaming posse.
They're a sneeze away from a heart attack. They dance, but then they throw out their backs. When they teabag, they lean on their canes. Just for geezers who like to rant and complain.
This is the producer. Guys, that's pretty fire. I gotta admit, that's pretty good. This is the kind of stuff I need you guys to do. So let's do a little bit more of that, okay? Keep going, keep going.
Don't you underestimate this old geezer. I may be past my prime, but I am still a gamer. And when it comes to gaming, I will never retire. Cause this geezer gamer sets your soul on fire.
Game Geezin.
Welcome, everybody, to the 4th episode of Good Old Game Geezin, where we are just absolutely geezing for games. And my name is Nathan, the Nathan Napalm, and we are just going to have a great time today. We're going to talk about the game news. We're going to talk about all kinds of things, everything to do with gaming, everything going on, everything we could dig up. And I am joined here by my good friend Timeless.
Hello, everybody.
And then we've got the infamous Steve.
Hello, it's me, Steve.
Now, Dave couldn't make it today. He has internet issues today, so we'll have to carry on without his presence today. But don't you worry, he'll be back next week. And let's get started, guys.
Here we go.
We bring you the latest and greatest in the world of gaming, except that time Jim accidentally reported on the 1983 Atari crash. But fear not, because we've got our fingers on the pulse of the gaming industry, even if we're getting a little old and our pulse is getting a little weak. So sit back, grab your controller, and get ready for a ride that's more thrilling than trying to find a good game on Steam's front page. Let's get started.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Game News. We're just going to get right into it because this gets real crazy. So the Mario movie comes out this week. When did that happen? It crept up on me.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
coming out this week, man. I'm pumped. I already got my tickets. Me and my kid I'm taking my kid to it on Friday.
I haven't even seen D&D yet. What? I can't put another game movie in there. I don't have any time for that.
Yeah.
D&D out now?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
out.
it's
Yep.
out.
It's out. It's been out a couple days, I guess now. Here's the deal. Between the two, to be honest with you, I'm more excited about the Mario movie. I hate to be that guy, but
Really?
I am.
Dude, me too. Way more.
Yeah.
Way more.
Nintendo
Really?
got involved. You know, they made sure it was up to their standards, which I feel Nintendo has really high standards. So I know Nintendo, if this wasn't a banging movie, and I mean, it's got Jack Black, it's Bowser. If it wasn't banging, I don't think it would be released. You know what I mean? Nintendo would have canceled it.
Oh, yeah. Dude, it looks great. It
Really
looks
good.
amazing. Every trailer for it, I'm like, oh my God, I can't wait.
A lot of hate on it. A lot of hate for what's his bucket playing Mario, being the voice of Mario.
Oh, Chris Pratt.
Chris Pratt, thank
Yeah,
you. I couldn't
yeah.
remember which Chris it was.
From the little
After
bit
I
of
saw the trailer where he speaks, I was like, okay, so all these mad people, clearly they've never seen the Super Mario Brothers Super Show or any of the other American Mario
it's
cartoons.
a good point.
Absolute trash.
They no. He had like sort of a Brooklyn accent. I would
Yeah.
not say it was trash. I would not say it was trash. It was just back then there wasn't it was technically the first Mario voice.
Yeah.
Before
It's
that.
Fair. Fair.
Yeah, it's true. And to be honest, you can't do a whole movie of him being like, it's a me, Mario. Like, that's just a little much, you know? Like, to do a whole movie like that, if him talking like that would get annoying, I think.
I know. Imagine if he's like, here we go.
My
What are you gonna do?
my favorite thing to do to my daughter is to pretend like I get confused with that. And that I'm like, I love Mickey Mouse. I love how he's like, it's a me, a Mickey Mouse. And she gets so, that for some reason, that pisses her off to no end.
That's those dad jokes we were talking about last week.
Like I don't care who the voice actors are. This is the Mario movie that I've been waiting for since I was a little kid.
I agree with that. Me too. It's done right. It
fair.
looks like it's in the Mushroom Kingdom, #1, right? I'm so sick of this. Oh, Mario comes to the real world. Like, that's so cheesy. It's so overdone. Don't do that no more. Everybody just stop. That's not cool. We see it coming a mile away, and it's not fun. We want to see in their world. You know, that's why we're a fan of that thing. So, yeah. Mario movie looks
Absolutely.
great.
I bet it's supposed to be packed full of Easter eggs, like out the wazoo. But we should probably move up to the next news. I'm definitely going to see it, though. I'm definitely going to see it.
Yeah, me too.
Before we do move to the next news, I really wanted to say, like, I think both casts, just back to D&D as well, are huge stars. I think this
Sure.
is going to be a great two movies that are just going to butt heads and hopefully bring everyone back to the movie theater and kind of enjoy that sort of situation again. So I'm excited to see both. I've heard nothing but good things about D&D, so we should definitely go see them both. Maybe we can do a little segment on that as we get along.
Yeah.
Anyway, so our next news up is probably the biggest news by far of the week. They canceled E3. What? Again? They canceled it again? Oh, this
Yeah.
is terrible.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I mean, is E3 just going away? Is it just over? Has it served its
I think
purpose?
this is it. It's got to be done.
That's what it kind
uh,
of seems like.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sad by this.
Feels like the whole industry just kind of moved on, right? Like everybody wants to, for one thing, everybody wants to do their own announcements, right? Like Nintendo Direct and whatever Sony calls their Direct and whatever Microsoft calls their Direct. Like everybody wants to do their own, and so they can build hype when they want to, and they don't have to like work really hard to make sure they've got a killer show for E3, right? They can pace it the way they want to. So,
Right.
It is
That makes
sad though,
sense.
because
Like, dude,
go ahead. Sorry.
oh, I am so sorry, guys. But I was just gonna say that, like, I nowadays I look really forward to new Nintendo Directs, like more so than E3 happening these days. Because
I think it's also cool that they split them up. So we've got the Pokemon one. They're probably gonna, we just had that that other big news that we'll talk about later with Zelda. But it seems to be more digestible that way rather than overwhelming lights and everything going on you in a big convention and all that. So I think this is the way to go. It's just more consumable.
As an old gaming
for
geezer,
the company, I would think.
oh yeah, it's definitely better for the companies. As an old game geezer, though, I got to say that I will always miss the days of waiting for that E3 of whatever gaming magazine subscription you had, and just seeing all the announcements and the little pictures and getting all hyped for the new console or for the this and that. That will always be something I miss. But times have to move on sometimes.
Yep. It's just pointless
Speaking
kind
of
of
moving
now,
on.
honestly.
Yeah.
Speaking of moving on, let's see what do we got next. Oh yeah, this is where Steve comes in. A little Zelda Tears of the Kingdom trailer.
This is for me. I am not excited about this game. This game,
What?
dude. I am a hater of Breath of the Wild. I have openly admitted
doesn't
to it,
like it.
and I do not disrespect anybody who loves the game. Let me just say, I do not disrespect anybody who loves this game. It's just not the Zelda game for me. And
Well, okay.
I'm really not looking forward to the second one. I watched the trailer. It looked like Banjo-Kazooie nuts and bolts.
Oh, that hurts my soul. That hurts my soul. He's not 100% wrong, though. We were just talking about last show, before this trailer released, that Nintendo's always going to have a gimmick. That's what I feel like. I feel like, now I'm excited about it because I trust Nintendo, okay? I trust them. So I'm just going to trust that even though it looks a little gimmicky and, it also looks cool though, being able to put the piece of wood together, make a boat. The problem that I have with it is that that's a cool mechanic, right? That's a fun little thing to do. But man, I was really hoping they just wouldn't do you have to fight with sticks and they break every 5 seconds. I was really hoping.
Yeah. Well, now you can attach stuff to the weapon. Now you
Yeah.
can craft it into a new weapon that will also break. So now you got 2-step process to go through every time your weapon
Multiple
breaks.
weapon breaking. Okay, so let's break this down, Steve. Was that like the main reason that you hated it? Was the breaking of the weapons, or what?
Okay. Let me just say, I think this is the best way to explain
Let me get a top 3 or something.
it. If I would love Breath of the Wild if they made it to where your weapons didn't break, and instead they replaced that with actually getting weapons that you could either upgrade through like a blacksmith, like in other Zeldas, or find new ones, whatever, right?
I think we all agree that that's by far the worst thing about the game.
Get rid of the stupid shrines and instead implement, I don't know, like 8 dungeons.
Yeah,
for
I agree
God's
with
sake.
that.
You can even keep the big flying around animal things. Keep those.
Sure.
Put us 8 dungeons in and get rid of the 5 million shrines.
Yeah, like it would have been cooler to me. By the way, I love Breath of the Wild. I think it's one of the greatest games ever made. I felt like it was a return to the OG Zelda formula. I love Breath of the Wild. I played it all the way through several times. I love that game. But I agree with Steve on the weapon breaking. That was super annoying. Now, I got around it by just getting the Master Sword as quick as possible, letting it recharge, and by that point, you have you end up getting weapons that last a long time, right? If you stick with the game. And so I would use the Master Sword, and then when it was charging, I'd use some other powerful weapon. It wasn't that big of a deal. But if they'd have made it to where instead of going into the I forget what they're called, but the big mechanical monster things that you were trying to reactivate to fight Ganon.
Beasts.
The beasts, yes, the divine beasts. If they'd have made that to where you went in a temple or a dungeon, and there was like a core you had to get to save the beast, and even you have to fight the beast while it's still all wild and under Ganon's control, that would have been fine. but the lack of an actual dungeon felt really not fun. I like dungeons. I honestly just think Zelda's future is in the past. Something they just never done.
Would you
Which
say A Link to the Past?
A Link to the Past, yes. Just copy the tried and true RPG formula. A Link who can level up. He can get new weapons and armor that are more powerful. There's rare drops, all the fun stuff in RPGs, and just make them level up to get stronger. That would.
Can we talk about the worst part about this game? Finding 300 fucking Deku seeds. Fuck you, Nintendo. Fuck you.
Yeah.
And
so,
the one last thing, I gotta tell you this. The one last thing I would get rid of in the game is I would replace all of those stupid powers that you get. You know what I'm talking about? Like the ones where you can stop time and all of that crap.
yeah, I could do it.
Get rid of all of that. Maybe find a way to replace them with items that you get or something instead. Like I hate even how it looks like when you're doing it. It's like it does not feel like no Zelda to me.
Yeah, Ocarina of Time is still the ultimate Zelda, in my opinion. Still the ultimate.
Oof. Yeah, you're right.
And that's what I don't like about Breath of the Wild, basically. I love everything else about it. I actually do love. Like I love what it looks like. I love the little bit of music that's in it. There should be a little more music, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see how it turns out. I'm excited. I'll be streaming on my channel. I'm pretty excited about it. But yeah, I got to say, for me personally, I was hoping they would show off that this was like a true return to dungeons, which it still might be, and a more classic Zelda type experience. But hey, it's Nintendo.
They do what they want.
They do what they want, and they're usually, even if you disagree with some of their design decisions, it usually turns out to be a good game overall. So we're going to see what.
Probably for a reason. Although
I honestly believe people who love Breath of the Wild are going to love this game.
Yeah, I think so too.
Oh, for sure, without a doubt.
Yeah,
without a doubt,
no doubt. And I did love it, so I'm probably going to like it.
I just wish they would have taken out that damn fucking weapon breaking thing. That's so stupid. Will. It's so dumb.
It's permanent now in Zelda, I think.
Everyone bitched about it. Nobody liked it. And what did they do? They just made it so that you could stick a fucking tree inside of a rock and call it a hammer. That's your answer, Nintendo? Way to spend all of 2 minutes to figure that one out.
Hey, you can't blame them for it. With the rise of survival games, I mean, that's pretty much what you do, right? So, I mean...
No, I get that. They had to Minecraft the game up.
They had to Minecraft it a bit, yeah. So
it's Zelda, Minecraft, nuts and bolts.
Fair enough. All right, next on the list.
I know that we're trying to move on, but now I understand why the game's called Tears of the Kingdom. I get it now. Right.
It's the old school fans crying. Yes.
Yeah.
Terrible. Okay, let's take it back super old school.
Okay.
Do you guys remember this little old game? It was a big hit, and then it just kind of died. You ever heard of a game called RuneScape?
Yeah.
I've heard of it.
Oh, yeah.
Did you play it?
I played it some.
I sampled it.
Yeah, I've sampled it. Yeah, me too.
This game has gone on forever. It doesn't seem to die, even though it did die. It doesn't seem to die. I had a friend that was playing it on his phone. There's a mobile version of it.
It's the whole game. It's the whole game. It's the old school RuneScape. Yep. The whole MMO.
That's crazy. So I don't know this week if you guys didn't get to read this article. They're getting their first update in, what did they say? 10 years? 10 years.
I did hear about it. Yeah.
Crazy.
RuneScape will never die.
Well,
why are people putting money into this? I don't get it.
Well, you do realize that, like, if you do the Google Trends, more people are looking up old school RuneScape than World of Warcraft or Final Fantasy 14 by like a large margin. It is stupid popular.
Really?
Still. Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's. I don't know about you.
I can
the game
tell you
was
why.
boring as hell.
It's because the community is desperate for a real new MMO. So they're looking back at old ones. That's why it feels like old MMOs are kind of in cycles, being like, oh, this one's getting popular again, and then like, it seems like another one is. The people are desperately searching for a new MMO, and and we are not being delivered upon.
Yeah, it's a good time to remake EverQuest. Daybreak. It's a good time. Let's hop in the ring. Let's go. Yeah, but I agree with you guys. So old school RuneScape, I can respect it 100%. I not gonna lie, when RuneScape was browser based, which maybe still is, I don't know. When it was a browser based new game, I made fun of it. I'm not gonna lie. I was playing real MMOs, and I saw this piece of crap, and you guys remember what the graphics used to look like, and I made a lot of fun of it. But as time has passed, and I've looked back, and I'm like, I see why people liked it. It was like a UO type experience, and I get it. That's an addictive style play, and obviously, it has stood the test of time. I mean, it's more popular than any of the old school MMOs that I play and enjoy. Way more popular.
Fair.
But
Okay.
I still don't care, though. Also, I don't give a crap. I'm not playing it.
Yeah, same.
All right, on to another crazy MMO-esque game. We're in Archworld and
Oh,
Archage,
boy.
the
Here we
developer
go.
of Archage. Oh,
I didn't even know
Oof.
they were making another game.
yeah, it turns out
What are they doing?
They're
we
trying.
got pre-registration open now.
Yeah. So originally this was called Arcade 2. That was the original
Okay.
announced. And everybody was like, oh, like we're going to fall for that again. But they will because MMO players are desperate. So they're going to fall for it. But it's going to be the same crap.
That's what we do.
This is
We're
probably
so trusting.
I would trust anybody. I would trust anybody in the MMO space more than I would trust them. Because they lied like 5 times the same lie. Like, oh, this time, guys, Arcade Unchained. This time, you just pay for the game, and that's it. No cash shop. And then a few months later, like, oh, well, sorry, guys, here's a cash shop. No refunds. We got you again. And then they're like, oh, sorry. That really pissed you guys off. We're going to relaunch it with new servers. This time, no cash shop. Like, guys, Archworld, however you say it, is going to be Cash Shop World, and so Steam and pile of crap. That's when I'm just gonna try to not even try it, just avoid it.
I mean, you know how we like our Steam and piles of crap.
Yeah, it's true.
Are they trying to sell it at first, or are they going straight out free to play this time?
It's a good question.
If it's free to play, I'll at least sample it.
I have
We're just
avoided
in
it.
pre-registration right now.
I've avoided it, so I don't know. Some people in chat are saying it's a straight up pay to earn NFT game, which wouldn't surprise me.
Oh God.
But yeah, I'm going to
Probably
try
is.
to
Saw
avoid it.
something about blockchain in there, so not good.
Nope.
Yep,
That's
it's a
it.
blockchain.
Never
Yep,
good.
you're right. Sure is blockchain MMO.
All I have to do is see those words, and I hit the X button, and we're good.
Yep,
Close
not
that shit
doing it.
out.
Hear
It's
that?
absolute
Not playing
vomit.
it. That one's out.
Well, if you, any of you listeners out there, want to go pre-register, it's there for you. We will not be joining you, but it's there for you.
Have fun, Eleanor.
Last but not least, yesterday was a lot of people's favorite holiday, or at least a fun holiday. We got a bunch of April Fool's hoaxes and jokes and tricks and all that shit. Exactly. So if the one that caught my eye the most is when whatever they do, they actually kind of follow through with it. So if you didn't see Sega put out a game, and it is actually a real game that you can go and play on Steam, but it's called The Murder of Sonic the Hedgehog.
Oh yeah,
So
it's a real game.
murder mystery.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an actual real game. So I really appreciate it when developers can take time, because Sega, they're not really doing anything, right? They're just kind of recycling their old Sonic games and not doing anything. Maybe they'll make a new Columns game. That'd be nice. So instead, we get a Sonic's murder surprise.
Yeah.
So go and
It's free.
please, everyone, go onto Steam. It's free. And go solve the mystery of Sonic's murder.
Yeah, pretty awesome.
You guys
gotta-
like murder mystery games?
I don't really.
No, not really. I'm so glad they did it because it's hilarious. April
it's so
Fool's
funny.
thing.
Are you ready
But no.
for what could be the greatest murder mystery game? I haven't played all the way through it yet. I've barely started, but recently, within the last couple months, they released on Switch a game called Mozart's Requiem, and me being the classically trained singer, couldn't pass that game up. It's a murder mystery like that, and you basically are Mozart, and you're trying to prove that you didn't kill someone. It's very interesting. I only got to start it, but I'm looking forward to my vacation this week to be able to pick that up and knock that out. Mozart's Requiem. Go pick it up.
Mozart's Ghost.
And that is it for gaming news. On to game of the month.
Hey, hold up. I did want to mention real quick. I
said we were done, Steve.
No. You skipped something.
Did I?
I just want to mention real quick, if you want to check out like an interesting movie about video game related stuff, this week on Apple Plus, the Tetris movie came out.
Oh yeah,
and it looks pretty good.
What is with all these movies? Is this movie news? What is this?
Yeah,
dude, movies come out all the time in our country. It's normal. It's normal.
Yeah, the gaming movies is on
gaming
a bit of
movies.
Yeah.
All right, I just wanted to let people know about Tetris. There we go.
All right,
I appreciate that. And it's on Apple Plus. What a shitty place to put that.
Now, hell of that.
There's actually some good stuff on there, man. There's actually some good stuff.
You got two things. We've got Mythic Quest.
Mythic Quest is good.
What's his bucket? Ted Lasso. The end of list. Thank you, Apple. Please sell those two shows to Hulu so I can watch them and get the fuck out.
Now, for the sake of trying to get onto Apple Podcasts, I would just like to throw out a very special, loving word to our friends over at Apple. We love you, and obviously, Daimos is joking, and we're gonna go on. We're going to the next section. Here we go.
Game of the month. Welcome to the special Game of the Month part of the show. This is where we talk about what we think our Game of the Month's going to be. Doesn't necessarily have to be what you think is going to be the actual Game of the Month.
Right.
But maybe just your personal Game of the Month, perhaps. Yeah. And I can go and tell you right now, for me, it's going to be the new Star Wars game, man. Jedi Survivor.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
Freaking
without a
cool.
Doubt. Hands down, that's going to be the game of the month. There's no question that, we can have our own personal opinions, but, that's it. April, Star Wars, everything else can suck it.
Yeah. It's the obvious pick in April, no doubt.
It is definitely the obvious pick.
I mean, there's a couple other games coming out this month that I've got my eyes on, like Trinity Trigger and there's this other game coming.
Just stop it!
Alter Image.
We have a whole month of this, Steve. You're just listing off games that everyone can talk about. You get one. Did you forget the rules of game news?
I'm just saying they exist. They're out there.
Yeah,
you're blowing the load in week 1, and we need to save it for 4 weeks.
Look, I want to blow the load on this one.
Where that came from.
Also, people on the PS4 and the Xbox One, the how do you say that now with their crappy naming designs? The OG Xbox One, I guess, are going to get to play Hogwarts Legacy, which is an absolute gem of a game. Love that game. So, some new crowds are going to get to go play that, and then we have to wait till the summer for the Switch people to get to play. But I'm interested to see how it runs. Does it run good on the older hardware? And does it sell well? And I'm pretty interested to see how that goes. And that's like,
me too.
That's in 2 days. That's in 2 days.
I just don't want to play it on something old. I want PS5.
Yeah.
I want PS5.
Yeah, just
I
wait
already
for
have
it.
it on PS5. So next time I play it, I want to play it on the Switch.
Yeah, they're gonna be some
I'm
double dipping.
I'm still waiting for that PS Pro. Give me the PlayStation 5 Pro
version goes.
and Hogwarts. Give me that combo pack.
Yeah.
Hogwarts.
Also, I mean, there's a few games on here, but we can talk about them in other episodes that are looking like they could be really good. I think the Trinity Trigger,
load, Nathan.
Just like Steve,
looks cool.
Trinity Trigger coming out on PC looks like a fun little RPG. So we got a couple coming, but definitely Star Wars Jedi Survivor is the ultimate game of April.
Did you guys play the first one?
Yes, I did.
Jedi Survivor?
Yeah.
Yes. Remember, I sucked at it.
It is so worth it just for the story
Just
alone
for story.
to play through that game.
It is. It totally
It's
is.
so good from start to finish storyline wise. I was like, this is actually really good. I was surprised because actually did not have high hopes for it originally
didn't either.
because EA.
Fair.
But
You can't deny that.
I did hear there's been progress also on the I know that this is just barely this is not Game of the Month related, but the Ubisoft Star Wars game that's in development sounds freaking awesome. You heard of this?
Yeah, I did.
Not.
You're gonna be able to like traverse the galaxies, and it kind of like how you can in No Man's Sky, for example. But it's gonna be a Star Wars game. Like, sounds
Awesome.
sweet.
Yeah, hopefully it turns up and turns out because Ubisoft are hit and miss sometimes. So,
Yeah.
but
Hopefully they nail it.
But yeah, it's a great time because you got all this month because Star Wars Jedi Survivor comes on April 28th. So if you want to hop in and play the original, I highly recommend it. You can get it for pretty cheap these days. Go play it through. If you like Star Wars, you're gonna like it. It's just good.
It has good characters, everything. It's so cool.
Agreed.
I love the
How long?
second sister. Huh?
How long would you say it is?
The game? It's not too long, right? Maybe, I don't know, 15, 16 hours, maybe 18.
Yeah, 20ish. Yeah,
All right.
yeah,
20ish maybe, yeah. I mean, it goes by quick because it's good.
yeah. It's one of those games you'll be like, oh, I got a couple of hours to play tonight. And you'll end up all night like missing work. Like it's good.
Well, last but not least, Daimlos's dredges, if you will. That's the segment within the segment. So I did find a real gem. This game is coming out for Switch only. It's actually already been out for a little bit, so it's not a brand new game, but it's coming out for Switch this month. It's a little game called Fight Crab. Have you seen this?
Dude, I've played that before.
Did you like it?
That's not coming out this month, is it?
On Switch.
I thought it was already on Switch.
Wait, what game?
It's called Fight Crab.
What the heck? I never heard of that. Is that technically what it is? Crabs fighting?
Yeah, I know that this game actually already came out on the Switch, but maybe they're releasing a physical copy.
Oh,
maybe.
that's it. Yeah, you're
Maybe.
right. It's a
But
physical
that is
copy.
good
Sorry.
news for me because I will buy that.
Sweet. Well, there you go.
It's like
let
a
it be
fighting
known.
game. It's a crab
Yeah,
fighting
it's
game. It's hilarious.
but it's like more like Godzilla. It's Crab Godzilla. It's kind of strange. You pick up weapons and watch the.
it's like
Steve,
realistic.
you played it.
crabs and
Tell us a little bit
lobsters.
about it.
Different types of crabs?
Yeah, dude, it's hilarious because they're realistic looking crabs and lobsters. Like they're not
Okay.
going for like they're like giant in the city. It's hilarious, dude.
Weird.
It's
Okay.
super funny. It looked really funny. I thought it would. I guess I didn't know it was for a Switch download. I just saw that it was physically released.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
forgive me for that.
Though. No,
But
you
still.
are forgiven. I didn't know they were coming out with a physical copy. That's good news.
Well, since
for
it's
me.
physical and it's on Switch, that means everybody now you can get crabs officially.
Oh yeah.
on
Get your
the
crabs
Switch.
on the Switch.
Portable crabs coming to you.
That's right. I did want to mention real quick. Last month, I picked Atelier Ryza 3 for my game of the month, but I've not
Yes.
even played it yet. Right.
Oh,
So
but
I
Really?
did just want to, yeah, because it didn't come out till right at the end of the month. So when I got my
I mean,
hands
so
on it
did
and
mine.
finally played it, I know, but I
I've
wanted
been
I wanted to talk about it because I picked this as my game of the month and I had no idea what it was even like.
Well, I want to talk about my game too. So you go first.
All right. I was just wanted to say the game turned out to be pretty cool. There's like these big open world areas in it that is way different for an Atelier game. Combat's good, music's good, story's cool so far. So I made the right choice. It was pretty good.
Yeah, March recap came out real well for Daimlos as well, and I've just named the category within the category of it, Daimlos's dredges. So this game Dredge, I'm telling you, I can't believe I found it, and I thought it was going to be terrible because it's actually fucking great. I have been up till 2 a.m. the last 2 nights playing this thing like crazy. I am upgrading my ship. I'm fucking finding all the fish like Pokemon. On top of that, you fit the fish into your boat like fucking Tetris. It's like 17 different games all in one awesome game. And on top of that, we've talked about this before. I don't like horror stuff or horror movies, or as Dave says it, horror movies. And this is a horror game.
Yeah, I heard it
shit
has
comes
like
out
a
of you.
Lovecraftian type horror.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
It's
just
awesome.
let me just go ahead and make sure everybody understood. He said horror because I know he followed that up with stuff comes out of you, etc. So horror game. Okay.
Yeah.
That's how I pronounce it, but Dave pronounces it differently. He's not here to defend himself, but it's a Freudian slip. Poor thing,
hmm
Kind of like
Yeah,
Berlin.
I've actually been hearing good stuff about Dredge, to be honest.
Go pick it up. Please go play it. It's an indie game. It was $35 on Switch, and I paid $10 extra. So cheaper at other places. Go download it. It's fucking great.
Yeah.
Daimlo seal of approval. Daimlos's Dredges.
It's cheap too, so get it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's it. I
All
think
right.
we
I
moving
guess
on?
that pretty much wraps up Game of the Month, huh?
All right, we're moving on to gaming debate then. All right, let's go.
Debate your ass right now. Gaming debate. Gonna fight and argue right now.
All right, on to the gaming debate, where we have a debate later in another segment, and this one is not really the actual debate, but this time it's going to be. I have picked a topic that we will absolutely be debating. So, boys, I know this is can be a painful topic, but let's talk about in-game purchases. So we're talking cash shops, we're talking transmog. I know it's bad. It's real bad. This is something that people, will go die on a hill for. It's pretty bad. So there's a lot of good that actually does come out of it. I know a lot of people hate on it, but there are good things that come about it. So let's see if we can have a good debate about this. Nathan, I'm going to open up the floor to you. Will you just tell me what your experiences are and what you think pro or con? Go for it.
Yeah, I hate them. I think the in-game purchases ruin it's like it spoils the developers. You know what I mean? It ruins them because even if they had good intentions, what ends up happening is because that's the moneymaker, then that means that's what they're going to be required to produce, right? So if that's what's making the money, that's where they've got to focus. The vast majority of their time is into creating items that players will want to get. And as the old adage goes, it's kind of like creating a problem. Like they want to create a problem to their game that they can have a solution available for in the cash shop, right? And so that it just makes the game feel a lot more hollow, and you're not probably going to get as good of content because the developer's going to have to make all that content on the side as opposed to as their main course meal, because they're going to have to focus so much of development time on making cool stuff that they know that you'll cha-ching, give them a little bit of money for. So I hate in-game purchases. I think that was, if there is a rot, and there certainly is in the gaming industry, I believe this is the root of the rot.
You definitely make good points, and not to promote your own channel here, but if you saw yesterday on Nathan's channel, he was able to do some streaming of Embers Adrift, and that is a game that is currently that Nathan is rocking and really enjoying, and they have made sure they promote no in-game purchases. And I don't know whose voice was who, but I thought someone made a really, really great point of when they do things like this, then it's more the devs versus the players, and it shouldn't be that way. It shouldn't be combat against we made something up, so you have to go buy something in the cash store just so you can beat whatever we just made up. I think that's absolutely valid point, and they are absolutely can be without a doubt.
Yeah. What do you think, Steve?
I hate them.
Mm-hmm.
I think they've ruined video games for sure. And you talk about mobile games, and you talk about certain types of PC games. Let's just forget about those for a second. Let's take a look at the classic console gaming.
Okay.
It completely ruined fighting games for me. monetization of things. Like now, it used to be back in the old days, you'd get like a new fighting game, and part of the fun of it was playing the game and like going through all the characters and beating the game with them, unlocking new characters to fight as. But now
Like that
you
first
just buy a
time I
fighting
unlocked
game.
Nest on Super Smash Brothers.
Yeah, well, nowadays, now you go and you get a fighting game, and then you have to buy all the rest of the characters. It's like annoying.
It is true. Yeah, it is annoying. But let me ask you guys this. I'm going to bring up two counter arguments, even though I agree with this, right? Because this is gaming debate after all.
We do need to have a good debate.
Was not the beginning, the earliest days of in-game purchases, right? It was a Skyrim, Oblivion. Everybody blames the horse armor. No. We can take it a little further back than that. It was arcades. And I loved arcades, and I still do. But is arcades not pay to win?
Oh, yeah, they are.
They totally
if
are.
you're good enough.
Yeah. Well, if you keep pumping enough quarters in, you will finally beat any game in the arcade.
Yeah.
You can just keep dying and pumping quarters in. You can beat any game in the arcade if you got enough money.
Yeah, that's
which
like
I
the
never
OG.
did as a kid.
That's the OG version of it. It took them a while to figure out how to evolve it into the modern world, but they did. They figured it out.
And I'm not gonna lie, I thought way back when the internet was first starting to blossom, right? And me and Steve talked about this back in the late 90s, early 2000s about they should do an online arcade where you pay like a little less because it's not a physical machine, but like you pay 10 cents for that time or whatever, 15 cents, 20 cents, even a quarter, whatever. And every time you die, you got to pop another quarter in, right? You just got your credit card on file. And I was like, man, somebody make a ton of money if they put some arcade games, like classic arcade games, up online, and you could play multiplayer, etc. But you got to keep those quarters pumping. I'm surprised nobody did that that I'm aware of. But I just think arcades is, that was the beginning of pay to win. And it's evolved into what it is today. And the free-to-play thing, my stomach turns when I hear about a project that I'm like, oh, that looks cool, and then I read the words free-to-play. I'm like, oh, here we go.
Yeah.
Here we go. Because nothing's free. They got to pay for it somehow. Nothing's free. I hate free-to-play. I think that was the largest thorn in gaming was when people just realized, oh my gosh, we make more money if we say it's free. It's garbage. It's
unbelievable.
Games aren't supposed to be free, and they're not free, and they're tricking you, and it's BS.
Well, let's talk about this too. What do you think about being able to customize your own stuff? Like, wouldn't you, if you're paying 50, 60, 70 bucks for a game and, you don't like the way it really looks, and maybe you're one of those people that just would like to, change up a couple things. It doesn't really hurt anybody,
You know,
it's
like
just,
modding?
yeah, just just customizing your own game, and you maybe pay a little extra for that.
That's what modders are for, and modders are free. You can tip them.
Yeah.
You can drop them a tip for doing a good job.
Fair.
Yeah, I don't like it. There's no
Is
implementation
there
I've ever
anybody
seen.
who likes it, really?
I mean,
Be honest here.
Well, there are people who. Here's the weird thing. There's a lot of people who will see an MMO release and it has a box price and it's trying to do subscription, right? And immediately will get flooded with comments of people saying things like, this game should be free to play to have more players. And it's like, do you not understand what that means, though? You don't just, it's not actually free, guys. They got to pay the developers, they got to pay the server costs, they got to pay for future development of the game, for new patches. It's not free. So there has to be an injection of money somewhere. And they deserve to be paid, by the way, for making a game. So I don't know. It's one of those things where, like, there's tons of people, like, I've talked to many who are like, I won't play a game unless it's free to play. So
that's craziness. I think other thing we are a big topic we're missing is, how addictive that shit can be, opening up packs of cards, loot boxes, loot crates, all that fucking bullshit.
Oh, yeah, it's just
to
basically
get something
gambling
rare.
addictions.
Gambling, yeah.
Yeah, it really does. I've never been a whale, quote unquote whale before, but, other than being fat, but, that's that's besides the point. But, I've certainly wasted a ton of money. I won't play mobile games anymore because I found myself just so easy to click the credit card button
Dude, not
Boom.
me.
I've got coins. Boom.
I have a fire burning inside me of hatred for mobile games. I can't even.
Well, I don't play them anymore. Because
I will.
I
There was
can't
one
do it.
game got me. Two games. Two mobile games got me, and I did spend some money, but not a ton.
Raid Shadow Legends.
No, not Raid Shadow Legends.
What was it? What was it?
Pokemon Go. I would.
Okay.
I'd be out on raids, and they'd have those big events where like
I can
cool
understand
stuff,
that
and
one.
we'd be out with the group, and I'd need to re-up my Pokeballs or whatever, potions and stuff, and I'd get a little pack, and it'd always be on sale that day because it's a big event. And I was, we go out with like a bunch of us, and so there'd be people everywhere. It was a super big event, and I would spend a little money. I might spend $40 every time they did that. So I probably spent a few hundred on Pokemon Go, but I played it for a long time. And then I'm not gonna lie. I bought I guess you would call it a battle pass for Mario Kart. Mario Kart was awesome, by the way. It probably still is on mobile. I really had fun with Mario Kart on mobile, and I
How the hell
paid
do you
for
control that?
It works fine, man. You slide left and right to go left or right, and it's got a little thing you tap to. You just tap it to do your special move, and I mean, honestly, it's a pretty good experience, and I was paying the monthly fee to get the extra bonuses because I was playing it a lot, and that's it. That's my mobile experiences.
I will say that the mobile Nintendo games made by Nintendo are pretty high quality for mobile games. Like they did a mobile Dr. Mario game that actually was kind of cool.
Yeah. Yep. There we go. That's it. That's all I got. I think I think this
sad.
is another gaming debate that it's solved. I wonder, I think Dave would agree. What do you think, Steve? Would Dave agree if he were here?
Maybe.
You never
Maybe
know
he
with Dave.
would. I don't know.
You never know with
Maybe
Dave.
he won it.
You never know.
Maybe he won it.
All right. Well, that's it, I think.
The gaming debate has been closed.
Yep. We're moving on to, there's no retro gaming this week because it was Dave's week, guys. So we're going to skip retro gaming. We'll be back with that next week because Dave had a pick and it's going to be exciting. But we're moving on to Skeletons in the Closet.
All your gaming secrets will be revealed tonight on Skeletons in Your Closet.
All right, guys, it is my turn to share my skeleton in the closet. Now, before I tell this, there is probably going to be a few people in the chat who maybe have heard this story because I did tell it recently live, but it'll be better this time because Steve's here, who was the witness to this event. All right, so me and Steve were younger, I don't know, not too far out of high school. We were still young. We were playing some video games at his apartment, and I don't know if my car was broken at the time. I don't remember why, but for whatever reason, Steve had brought me to his apartment, okay? So I didn't have a car or anything there. And it was a 2-story like duplex, okay? And the gaming and all the stuff was downstairs. So I'm sitting in the living room, we're playing games, me and Steve. And then Steve, for some reason, he has to go get something. Maybe he'll remember why he had to leave. But he had to leave to like go get some food or something. And so he left in his car, right? And so I'm in the house, and his girlfriend at the time is taking a shower, okay, upstairs. So
My girlfriend?
Yeah. And so I'm downstairs, I'm waiting on Steve, I'm just sitting there, I can hear the shower running upstairs, and I kind of was...
Wait. You said this was your house or my
No,
house?
this was at your apartment. You'll know the story in a minute. As soon as I get a little deeper, you'll be like, oh, yeah. So I was a little sick that day. My stomach was upset,
Oh, wait, I know what it is.
I had to go. And so I was just like, it's going to be it's embarrassing enough to have to poop at somebody else's house, especially when they got a girlfriend.
Oh, it's the worst.
So I was already like, this sucks, but I got to go. I'm sick. Like, as soon as she gets out of the shower, I'll warn her, I'll say, hey, I'm sorry to do this in your house, but maybe we should clear out the upstairs. It's going to get really bad. I was planning the whole thing. But the shower just kept going, dude. It just kept going. And my stomach's like just absolutely just like, and I'm sitting there and I'm sweating now, right? I'm starting to sweat. I got the poop sweats. I got to go. It's getting bad. I can't even trust a fart. It's so bad. And it's like, dude, I'm going to poop myself, right? If I don't do something quick, I'm going to actually poop myself. That'll be way worse than any other thing that could possibly happen at somebody's house. So I'm out in the parking lot of this apartment complex looking around, like looking, does the dumpster have like an enclosure? I'll go behind there. I don't care. I've got to go. I'm looking at bushes and I'm like, man, the windows, like I can't, there's nowhere to poop. So go back inside and I'm pacing and I'm sweating and I'm just like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? And I was even thinking like, maybe I'll knock on like a neighbor's house, right? And I was like, I can't, nobody's going to let me poop in their house, So I'm like, I don't know what to do. So finally, it got so desperate, I just went into his kitchen, and they had, how you kind of keep the plastic bags so you can use for other things. I double bagged
Send
it.
people home with take-home food. Yeah.
Yeah. I double bagged it. I made sure there's no holes in it. I knew where he kept the extra toilet paper, so I grabbed a roll of toilet paper, and they had this laundry room, okay? The bad part is it was connected to the kitchen, but it was the only private area that I felt like I could do this in. And it had those sliding doors, right? That are like wood with the slants in it, right? And the interesting thing, and I tested it and everything, if I'm in the laundry room, I could see out into the kitchen. But if you're in the kitchen, you could not see in the laundry room, okay? So it's like,
How is that possible?
Because of the slants.
It's because of the slants. You know how it has the little...
Like in a movie when somebody's hiding in one of those closets that has like the little slants in it, and like the killer's like walking around the room and they can see them through there, but the killer can't see them unless they come open the door. It was like that.
Yeah, they're like wood. They're made out of wood and they just slant downwards so that
they almost look like blinds.
Yeah, they're like blinds.
Couldn't you just like get down and look up into the cracks?
I mean, yeah, you could get really close. Yeah, you might as well open the door.
No one's doing that.
You might as well open the door at that
looking
point.
for you. I wasn't looking for him.
Is a murderer not
He wasn't even home, though. He wasn't home.
Yeah, but
he wasn't.
I'm not a murderer, though, and
I don't know that.
And I can hear the shower, so I assume okay, even if she gets done with the shower, I can wrap this up real quick, and be done with it before she actually like dries off, puts clothes on, blow dries her hair, and comes downstairs. Like, I've got time, right? Because I can hear the shower. So I get in there, I shut the thing up, and I'm pooping in a bag, And right mid-pooping, you guys know, like, when you're mid-poop and you're sick and it's coming out, like, I'm talking about I had the run so bad I could have pooped in a 20-ounce bottle from a yard away. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was bad. So,
a yard away.
So I'm letting it loose in this bag, right? And it's just like, oh, thank God, like this big relief. And then guess what? Steve comes home. And where does he walk in? Through his kitchen. So Steve comes home and he's confused, like, where's Nathan? First of all, but also I can see him, right? He can't see me, but I'm sitting there finishing up my poop, and it smells awful, and I can see him. And he's like just standing there, and he's like, "Oh, what is that smell?" Like and he thinks the dog's pooped in the house, right? So because he had a dog, so he's like looking for where the dog crapped. And he's also like calling for me, and I'm just like, "Please don't open this door. I'm almost done." So I'm like trying to wipe and get all this done. It was super embarrassing. And then he did not open the door. Thankfully, I was able to escape and throw it in the dumpster. And I told him about it later and apologized for having to poop in his laundry room. So it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad.
Dude, I for some reason I thought that this also happened at the same time when the sewage underneath the kitchen floor exploded out. Was that a different time?
That was a different time. That was a different time when the tomatoes started growing. That was actually a different house.
No, there was a time at that same place where right in the middle of the kitchen floor, one day like a pipe or something exploded, and it was where sewage ran through, and it was exploding into our kitchen.
Oh,
and we had to get the landlord involved and all that.
I don't remember that.
But for some reason, I thought that I was thinking that happened while you were inside the closet and you had to wait the whole time while the landlord was there.
No.
I just got it mixed up with a different time. It was the same place. I think it was Dave that was there that time.
No, I just waited. You thankfully went upstairs, and so I slipped out and I took the bag and I threw it in the dumpster, and I just waited till I saw you back, and I just like walked in like, yeah, man, sorry about this. Went for a little walk, and you're like, dude, I think the dog like took a shit somewhere, but I can't find it. So I helped you look for the shit in the house and everything, and told you about it like weeks and or months later.
Dude, one day I'm going to tell that story about that time you called me to come over to your apartment because there was a giant spider inside your house. I don't know if you remember that.
I don't
time or
remember
not.
this. I don't
Dude,
remember.
after
that.
we go off the air, I'll tell you what happened. You'll remember. I guarantee it.
All right, sweet.
Oh, that's next week. So
I
get
was-
ready for that.
I was starting to get scared when Steve started talking about the burst sewer pipe because I was thinking, like, did I wait so long to tell him that they just thought they had a sewage burst? And it's actually just that I took a
like,
dump.
oh, there's nothing going on. Weird.
Where's that damn dog?
Oh man, yeah, that was a very crappy situation, you might say.
Oh, yeah.
Uh,
Literally.
All right, and that's my.
everyone loves poop jokes.
That's one of my more. That's probably the most embarrassing situation I think I've ever been in.
It sounds like you were a little, like Jeff Daniels in Dumb and Dumber.
It
With a
felt
bag.
like that. It felt like that. It really did. With a plastic bag. And also I'd like to mention,
Ugh.
guys, anybody who's maybe went camping or for whatever reason you're in your friend's laundry room taking a dump in a bag, whatever reason it might be that you've ever pooped out of water, like not in a toilet, it smells. You just don't know how much that water soaks up the smell, right? Like when you're doing it out in the open, it's brutal. It is ripe. It is a disgusting, horrid thing.
God.
All right. But anyway, I think that's it. Any questions or anything for that story?
Because you were so thin back then, were you able to tie the plastic bag around your ass and poop right into it, or did you have to hold it?
I was holding it, but I
Dude,
I just
he had
held
a
the two.
technique.
Yeah.
He was a master at pooping.
I
in
hate
bag.
to admit it, but I had pooped.
Don't you go thinking this is the first time ever he's pooped in a bag.
He's not lying.
Master
He's not
bag
lying.
pooper.
One time we lived in a house where there was just so many people that like the line was too long. And let me explain something to you guys. I don't poop often, okay? I poop like once a week, sometimes twice a week. But when I do poop, I
Gotta
got
get that checked out, bro.
it's bad when I go, right? And if I'm sick, man, I can't hold it for long. It's poop or die. It's serious business. Like I feel like my colon's gonna shut down. You know what I mean? Like I literally feel like I'm dying if I'm sick, right? So anyway, there was a bunch of people in the house, had to wait a long time. This is before. This was my first pooping in a bag. This is why I had that idea, because I'd already performed this trick before. I just went right outside our back door where there was like some woods on the other side, right? And I just pooped in a bag. I brought toilet paper. I put the toilet paper in the bag, tied it. But what's funny about that story is I was just like, this is bad. You shouldn't litter, guys. I was young and an idiot, and I didn't know what to do with the bag. I like tried to throw it in the woods, okay? But I threw it too high, and it caught on a tree branch. So there was just this swinging bag of poop right above our house.
Yes.
For
this is so
ages,
great.
for years, dude. As a matter
Yeah, it
of
was there
fact,
for years.
Years?
for like
Yeah.
a decade.
Years.
For like a
Yes,
decade,
years.
dude. Just recently, I've got a text on my phone from one of the people that used to live there because it became a symbol, right? Like this one guy actually has a tattoo because there's a big party house, and we called it the Runaway House, and he has a tattoo of the house. Like a little symbol of a house with the tree in the background with the little poop bag swinging from it. Like it became.
No way.
I'm
No
serious. It became like a legend in the city.
Long after we left that
Can
house,
you get
we
that
would-
guy on? Can you get that guy on and show
probably.
off the tattoo?
I probably can.
Oh, yes.
Dude, long after we moved out of that house, sometimes we would just drive by it just to see if the bag was still there, and it would be there.
Yeah, and just recently, a friend from that house sent me a text and was like, "Hey, the bag's gone finally."
Oh,
It's gone now. It is.
Yeah, it's
That's
gone.
too bad. That's
It
your
how long
lineage
it
right
lasted
there,
is
Nathan.
crazy.
Lasted a long time. It was like a decade. It was a long time.
It really was.
How would a plastic bag not deteriorate in a decade?
Because plastic is not biodegradable.
Oh, I guess he's right.
Ugh.
I just assumed maybe the.
Ugh.
And it was so high up in the tree.
It was
makes
way up
sense
there.
that it stayed there because I don't know who's going to go up there and get it, you know?
Yeah, you would have had to get some equipment, right? Like,
yeah, you would have had to get a professional to come get that bag out of the tree. Nobody
You could have
cared
just
that
called
much.
the firefighters and said your cat was stuck in a
Dude.
tree.
we would use that bag in the tree to when people are trying to find our house. We'd be like, okay,
Look for
just
the
look
shit
on the
bag.
right, look for a plastic bag hanging above a tree right behind the house. That is our house.
Just look for the shit bag that isn't Steve.
Yeah. Yeah,
It makes
all you
me feel
gotta
like
do.
somebody really did have to climb up there. Like, I'm getting sick of this stupid piece of trash in our neighborhood. and somebody like went up there and was like, I wonder what's even in this damn bag. You know? And they were like, oh, gross. It's some fossilized poop.
Oh, my
Maybe.
goodness.
Who knows?
Who knows? But anyway.
Where has this podcast gone to?
Down the toilet.
Folks in the chat.
Down
Go down the toilet. Producer's going to be pissed.
Oh, for sure. Or pooped.
Or pooped.
The chat people are really excited about our new poop cast that's going to be coming out. It's just a straight pod. It's not gaming. It's just straight pooping.
Yeah. I have more stories about poop, but we'll leave it there for today. We don't want this to go all night.
Poop Geezin.
All right. So, guys, while I was telling that story, and I'm really afraid of what this is going to be, but the producer actually did call in and left a message on the podcast. So I'm going to play that real quick. Let's see. Because I'm worried about him. I'm glad to hear that he's okay, obviously. He's left a message.
Yeah, he's alive. That's good.
He's alive because he got in a car crash when he was mad at us last week. So let's just hear what the producer has to say.
Hey,
Okay.
it's the producer. I'm in the hospital. Everything is fine.
Okay.
But don't you dare run that sports segment again. The ratings are in and nobody cares about sports. Just take that whole section and throw it in the trash. We're not covering sports anymore. And if I hear one word about Dimos' mother again on the air, I swear I'm gonna come rip these tubes out of my arm and I'm gonna get to that studio myself and tear the mics out of the wall. Now this better be a record number podcast.
Mr. Producer, it's time for your blood sample.
Oh, for the love of it!
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's the fucking worst. I tell you, the worst part about being in the hospital
Wow.
is fucking taking your blood pressure and
Oh, yeah.
drawn blood every 5 fucking
They
seconds.
never stop. Yeah, it's like they're like,
they
you need to
never
get some
stop.
rest, and then they come interrupt you every time you fall asleep to do some kind of something. Yeah. Well, I'm glad to
Hey,
hear he's
I know
okay.
you're sleeping, but time to draw some blood. Yay!
I need you to drink this chicken broth now.
Is that Gam Gam?
Well-
Is Gam Gam back?
It did kind of sound like Grandma June there. Yeah. And so
We do have a predicament now.
okay.
Who is gonna tell Dave that his segment's canceled?
I think
you
we
know
should
he's
do
not
it
watching
live.
the
I think we
podcast,
should
that's for sure.
We should do it live next week. I think that's the best way. He can't flip out too hard if we tell him live. You know, because he's going to take this harshly. I think.
I mean, do we? I think we should give it to Sheila.
Let Sheila do the sports. Well, the producer just said,
no, let her tell.
"Oh, let her tell." Oh,
Maybe
yeah,
with a cheese post-it.
yeah, because then he'll just get mad and maybe he'll finally fire her. Because dude,
Yeah, maybe that.
she's got to go. It's getting ridiculous.
2 birds with 1 stone, man.
I like birds.
Yeah, with the issues he's been having at his office, and that's why he can't be here today with the internet and etc. You should see the cheese just piling up on his desk, dude.
Yeah,
It
it's
is.
disgusting.
It's getting
That
ridiculous.
gets gross real quick.
Yeah. So
He's not eating those notes. You know,
he
you
said he
gotta-
was. I told him
gotta
not
eat those
to.
right away.
I told him not to.
He's probably really sick, actually, and just doesn't want to admit it and saying his internet's down or whatever.
And he's probably sick from eating all those Sharpie
That's
cheeses.
Exactly.
It's
he-
ridiculous.
He just faked that
permanent
it's his
ink and
internet?
cheese. Everybody knows it.
That's true. That is true.
Well, yeah, we'll tell Dave live on the air next week, guys. So come back for that. I think we should actually just wait till we get to the sports section and then tell him, just for entertainment value.
All right.
Yeah, I'm down.
Sounds good to me.
So there you go, guys. That sports is canceled. We won't be doing that anymore. The producer doesn't like that on the show.
Hooray!
Yeah, no loss in my opinion. I thought it was weird to be there to begin with. To be honest with you.
Well, you know, it is technically a game, so I guess
Nah.
it does kind of fit. It's just, you know,
I feel like
I don't even like scoreball, but you know,
I feel like
it's
the
not-
producer just didn't understand what game geezing meant, and he just thought it meant games, like as in sports and Monopoly.
What an idiot! That's why he's in the hospital.
I feel bad for him.
I do
kinda.
feel bad, yeah. He was mad at
I don't
us,
know
that's why he
why.
got in the wreck.
All
I
he does
think.
is yell at us. He's a fucking
Yeah,
asshole.
but I found out some stuff about his personal life. I'm not really going to talk about it on here, but it did make me feel kind of bad for him in a way.
And he does
all
also
I'm gonna
produce
say.
a really high producing podcast, too. So he's got a lot of stress.
I don't like that other podcast either, so maybe he'll get in an accident and get to the hospital.
He's asked me to not mention what the podcast is, but let's just say it starts with a Joe and ends with an N. You know what I'm saying? Let's just say that. Let's just leave it at that. Okay. All right. Well, we're gonna move on then. We are done poop
Wonder
casting.
which one that could be.
Jotun. That game Jotun.
All right, we're moving on, guys. Community calls is up next. If you want to join us on community calls, we do have a room you can join the Discord, and we'll pop you in and talk to you about anything in gaming or pooping or whatever you want to talk about. Here we go.
Community call.
We're gonna take some calls.
Community call.
I love hearing calls.
You call in.
Yeah?
We'll answer.
Is that so?
Community call.
Sounds great.
All right, Daimlos, what we got?
Well, no one's in the chat channel, so we got nothing. That's not good.
Well, we do have a couple of, if you guys want to join, please hop in. But in the meantime, let me see if I can find it here. We did have someone call in through the week. Yeah, here we go.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, we sure did. I've got it right here. Let me pull this up. Let me fix the volume. So let's hear, somebody left a message. I haven't even heard this yet, so let's see what this is all about.
Hopefully it's
Hey,
not.
this is
porno.
Gertrude. I was just calling in to tell you that you're doing a great job, except for really don't like how you guys made fun of Kentucky in the last episode and called it Kentucks. Tell that old granny that called in that I got a little fist up for her that I just slap her right across the face with it. Like that nasty old grin on her face. Also, you guys are being rude to that assistant of that Dave feller. You need to tell him there ain't nothing wrong with writing on cheese. If she wants to write her notes on cheese, well, that's her own doing. And
It's her own doing.
her mammy and pappy wouldn't appreciate the way you've been talking to her. And anyway, I do love the show, though. As a gaming Geezin old geezer myself, gotta say that you're hitting it right on the head. So you gotta just keep doing that. This is old Mammy Gertrude from Kentucky. Have a great day, fellers.
Interesting. We keep getting
wow. Oh,
Gertrude,
nice.
that's awesome.
we keep getting calls from Kentucky. What's up with that? Old grannies from
And,
Kentucky.
and we're not allowed to call it
We're not
Kentucks anymore.
elderly Kentucks? Is that what it was?
Yeah, because remember,
That's offensive.
yeah, Granny June, Grandma June called in and said she's from Kentucky, and we all had a good laugh at it. And
yeah.
Grammy, what she call herself, Grammy Gertrude, didn't like that, I guess.
Gertrude.
So
Dude, I love that caller. I hope she calls back.
I do
again.
too. What a great! I am so happy that we are really hitting the exact demographic of people that we wanted to hit with this, which is
Yeah.
the 70 to 80-year-old gamer. I think we've just really crushed it with the 70 to 80-year-olds.
I know.
Good on us.
I know.
They
Good
probably
for
think
us.
I bet they think we're hot. I'm just saying.
That's for
I
sure.
bet they do.
yeah, let us know any grannies out there if you think we're good-looking dudes. If you
Yeah,
think,
we
you know,
want to know. Call in throughout the week and leave us a message if you think we're hot. We want to know.
yeah,
I definitely want to know that.
some of the younger generations calls us geezers, but actually to this crowd, we're the hot young studs, maybe. You know, possibly.
Yeah, man. I tell you what, I cannot wait to hit 55 and get into one of those old folk homes.
Yeah,
I am going to be slaying it when I'm 55.
yeah, we're gonna get in there good.
And I'm just going to have all this YouTube and Spotify material to show these old ladies. They're going to be all over me.
Dude, it's gonna be a good time. You know they're gonna have to
wait.
have good Wi-Fi too, right?
Oh,
It's
yeah,
gonna be
for sure.
it's gonna be a requirement. I'm just hoping we can have like old LAN parties in there. You know, play some of our old MMOs. We'll probably, let's be honest, we'll probably still be playing EverQuest, and you know,
Without a doubt.
hook up and play MMOs together, and you know, it'll be kind of like a room service. We'll just be like, hey, ready for dinner. You know what I mean? Like it's should be pretty
It's
nice.
the life, man. That
Yeah.
is the life.
That's why we got to make sure that we make money in this life, so that way, at the end, we can afford the good ones. Otherwise, they're going
So-
to put us in the prison-style nursing homes.
Oh yeah, you're right. Mm.
Which is a great segue, Steve. Great reminder. go listen to this podcast on all the podcast places. All you YouTube people, we love you. And we want you to keep watching on YouTube, but we need you to go listen to it on a podcast. Go download Spotify and just play it. You don't even have to listen to it again. Just play it again.
Yeah, and if you're wondering, we do edit these episodes. They go up live Monday mornings. So check them out. It'll be up tomorrow morning, usually, by noon. It's up on Mondays by noon. So yeah, go watch it.
Whenever Nathan wakes up.
Yeah, whenever I wake up and get my coffee and get to work. So definitely go check it out, because that's how we're going to get sponsorship for the podcast, is through the real podcast. This is just a live recording. All right, well, I think that's it.
But thank you for watching it live too. We appreciate you guys.
Yeah, we really do. We do need you guys to hop in that chat next time, though. But I think that's it. I think that's all we got for community calls, right?
All right, now
Yeah,
you know
buddy.
what that means.
Oh, here we go. My favorite one. Here we go, guys.
News it. News it. News it. What's the name of this show? Welcome to Newshin' It with Steve Hamilton and his two co-hosts.
News
How
Hit.
can I help you today?
What the fuck is Newshin' It, Steve?
That's the name
What
of the
fuck?
segment.
Finally, it's
No,
Steve's
it's
turn to host this section. Maybe we'll finally learn what Newshin' It is, because obviously, when the producer gets out of the hospital, I'm going to have him literally come on the show and describe this to us. But it has to be News Hit. We talk about the news and the main news, right? So it's the News Hit.
No. It shares the S. It's news shit, because the news is shit. It's shitty news. That's what we do here.
I don't know.
Where's Dave? Where's
What
Dave?
you guys are doing right now is not Newshin' It. You know what I'm saying? You're-
Okay. All right. Well, show us what
You
Newshin'
can't
It
seem
is.
to understand the spirit of Newshin' It, and then you end up arguing about news hits and news shits when we're really just Newshin' It today.
Okay. Well, we'll
right,
try
let's
Newshin'
Newshin'
It.
it then.
We're gonna
All
try.
right, Newshin' It right up, straight off the block, off the chopping breast, off the shrimp line. Gotta ask, did anybody happen to watch the new episode of The Mandalorian this week?
No,
Probably
I'm
only
behind.
me, right?
I'm behind. Yeah.
Oh, you know
Well,
it wasn't
something
me.
really cool happened in this episode. We got a character appeared that previously was only from the animated series Star Wars Rebels, and he's made his live action appearance. A character named Zeb. He's like a big purple alien dude. Thought it was really cool that he showed up. Just wanted to throw that out there into the wind. Very cool stuff.
So is Newshin' It like news, but like it can't have spoilers, so it's kind of like teaser news?
If that's Newshin' It with you, then that's Newshin' It with me.
All right.
I don't want any part of your Newshin' It.
What else do
Now,
we?
and let me ask you guys a question. This Critical Role Partners with the Drama podcast. I don't know nothing about this stuff. I don't listen to drama podcasts. Who's Newshin' It with this topic?
I can do it.
I will.
Okay, you go
yeah,
ahead.
go for it,
No,
Nathan.
go for it, Dime. Let's go for it. Yeah.
So I listen to this
Now
show.
you're Newshin' It.
Yeah, fuck. Let's Newshin' it up over here. So I don't know about you guys, but I listen to Critical Role all the time. And they have blown the fuck up over the last 2 years, man. They have made a killing. And so this giant conglomerate of actual play Dungeons and Dragons is now like this business entity. It has grown so much. It started out in these motherfuckers' kitchen on their off time. And Felicity Day just said to them, hey, why don't you go do this online and see what people think? And it blew the fuck up. It just is unbelievable. They had the largest Kickstarter. They are making killing. And that's just on Twitch. They made like $14 million last year.
Yeah.
That's not including their merch and all this stuff. So we've got this huge conglomerate now. It's really just a nasty corporation here. So at some point, hopefully, they don't turn, but they did make their first acquisition. They have purchased a small kind of a, I'll be honest with you, I'm not even really sure what Mist does, but it's MIDST, Mist. They purchased it. I know they do a lot of role-playing stuff, so I'm not really sure how they're going to incorporate this new company into their whole conglomerate, but I'm just amazed at this snowball that's flying down the mountain that's turned into this huge avalanche that is Critical Role. I'm just so proud of them. I saw this and I had to bring it up, and I just wanted to kind of talking about, nooshin it.
It is wild, isn't it? That they started out as just like, playing D&D and grew into this, animated shows, and it's kind of crazy. So yeah, it's definitely a really cool like sign of like success from just some nerds,
I did quickly look it up. It looks like Mist is its own series. It's a sci-fi space western journey about a doomed planet named Mist. And so it sounds like they're just gonna bring that under the Critical Role umbrella and let that run. And so now they're gonna bring this to light. Maybe it's like one of those project things, like when George R.R. Martin went on Stephen Colbert and Stephen asked him what his favorite series was, and he was like, well, this one that no one's ever heard about. And so now they're gonna like make it a show, like Steven's producing it, and it's gonna be the next biggest show or whatever. I don't know,
Right.
But yeah, no, this could be cool. Bringing stuff that they like to other people. They've got millions of viewers, so if they can make a show that they like, make a lot of money with them, and bring it under their umbrella and make more money off of it, do it.
Now, I noticed you said, see, I'm not very familiar with what this is, but I noticed that you said Felicity Day. But are you sure that you don't mean Felicia Day?
Felicia, sorry.
Felicity.
So this is it's the chick from the guild.
Right.
Yes, it's the guild chick. Yes.
That's why they got so popular, dude. This is the closest people can get is new guild content.
Yep. Yeah, you're not wrong. Now I can't even say the name.
Felicia.
Felicia, thank you. Bye, Felicia. She's been on the show. She was on Critical Role a couple times. So
and she's actually going to be on this show next week. I've got it all set
up.
Oh,
is she community calling?
Nice.
Felicia today will be making an appearance next week. You guys will see.
That's going to bump up the ratings for sure.
That would.
Oh yeah,
maybe we'll blow up.
Now, another thing that was announced was the Scott Pilgrim anime cast on Netflix. You guys hardcore about Scott Pilgrim?
I mean, I thought it was a good movie. Is the anime in the style of the beat 'em up game by chance?
I don't know.
I don't
know. Is it like normal anime style, or is it like?
I don't think they've started.
Oh, we don't know yet. Because did you guys play the beat 'em up game?
Yeah,
it was excellent.
It's cool.
It's a really good game.
But I wouldn't have really considered it to be an anime style, But I don't know, maybe a little bit.
Yeah,
you would be the expert.
Looks like at the time of this podcast that we don't really know what it looks like, but they are showing pictures of artwork that looks like the beat 'em up. So that would be excellent, I think. I thought that was a cool art style. It's not really. It's like, yeah, it's anime. It's not chibi though. It's just kind of. I don't know how to describe it. It just looks good. It's a good art style.
Yeah. I'm not hardcore about Scott Pilgrim,
Me either.
I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I'm not either. But
it was a good movie.
It was a good movie.
Yeah, but the fact that the whole cast is coming together to make this anime just goes to show
how broke
what kind of
how broke they are.
Well, yeah, for sure. You're right. Good point, Steve. Fuck what I was gonna say.
That could be it.
What you seen Michael Cera been doing lately?
True.
Good point.
What else do we got on Nugent?
All right, so also they are developing a startup is making out of mammoth DNA growing meatballs that you can eat.
Oh my gosh, are you serious, dude?
Yeah, this is real.
I was so excited about the mammoth DNA. I thought they were going to make a mammoth. They decided to make meatballs
to eat.
You got to be kidding me.
Yeah.
What is wrong with everybody? Well, anyway, this could be exciting.
We need more meat.
Yeah, I'm down with eating some so technically, this is meat made from a mammoth?
Yeah, from the mammoth DNA.
We've been growing meat for a while in labs. There's absolutely lab grown meat.
Okay, so
this is a mammoth.
Let's just make sure we understand this correctly. They're growing, so they use the DNA to make a clone of a mammoth and killed it, and they're making meatballs with it. Is that what you're saying?
No. They're just growing the meat only.
Oh, it's the cell grown.
Yeah, from the mammoth DNA.
Can things really taste good? I wonder when they're grown like that. What do you guys?
I don't
think?
know because personally, I've never.
Are
got
you
to
ever
taste
going to
anything
eat
grown that
lab-grown
way.
meat? How will we ever know? I don't think anyone's going to ever eat lab-grown meat. How gross is that?
Yeah, it doesn't
the
sound
future,
good, does
maybe.
it? It
Who
doesn't
knows?
sound good. Is it really meat though? Like,
I guess it's meat by its genetic
Yes.
genetic makeup. But is it going to be like if you rip the meat right off the animal? I doubt it.
why did they start with meatballs? Why not start with like a steak, a mammoth steak? Now that sounds
No,
exciting.
dude, they wanted to do mammoth meatballs, man.
I would have started with the steak.
Somebody was sitting
It's
around.
the alliteration, mammoth
Somebody
meatballs.
was sitting around eating some spaghetti one day, and they were like, "You know, what would really be good with this some mammoth meatballs."
You know what? Let's play this out.
Like
let's
fucking Flintstones.
let's try to figure out how this happened. Who wants to be the guy eating meatballs that comes up with the idea?
Oh, me! I want to be that
Okay.
guy so bad.
All right, that's Steve. Who wants to be the scientist that approaches him with an offer or to make this into reality?
Oof. I played the scientist last week, so
Okay, I'll be the
I played
scientist.
the car last week. No, I'll be
Okay.
scientist.
Okay,
I
you're
played car.
scientist. What else do we need in this story? How about I'm the
The
father?
meatball.
Oh, I'll be the meatball. Perfect. Oh, you nailed it. You nailed it. Okay. All right. Let's do this. So go ahead, Steve. You start us off.
Oh man, I am so hungry right now. I gotta see if I got anything in my fridge here. Let me just take a look here. Oh no, that's probably gone bad. I don't want that. Ooh, I could have some nasty old fish. No. Oh, there's some noodles. Oh yeah, I made this spaghetti the other day. I think I'll just eat this spaghetti.
Sounds good.
And I pour my spaghetti into a bowl, and as I sit there contemplating to myself, I realize, you know what would really be good right now with this spaghetti? Some meatballs, but not just any meatballs. It would be cool if we could like make meatballs out of like prehistoric animals or something, you know? Just have some
Knock, knock,
exotic
knock, knock.
meats. Hello? I guess there's somebody at my door. Let me answer it. Hello.
Hi. I heard through no nefarious means that you are looking for some meatballs. Is that
Yeah,
accurate?
I am.
Well,
With
have
the
I
spaghetti that I
got?
have right here. Does it look like I'm sitting here eating spaghetti? I mean, come on, man.
It sounds like you could use some spaghetti with meatballs, and boy, do I have a deal for you. Are you ready for this?
What you
What's
got?
what's the craziest meat you've ever eaten in your life? Ever.
Probably human.
Craziest. Human meat. Is that it?
Yeah,
that-
it
is
wasn't
that a
on
joke?
purpose, but you know,
It happens.
it's the craziest for sure. It wasn't on purpose.
All right.
But, you know.
Well,
You know how it goes.
He's got me trapped in the basement. Somebody save me.
you
Anyway,
hear that? You hear that? Okay. Anyway, well, let's. Did you ever have human meat from a laboratory?
He's gonna eat
No.
me. Somebody. He made
Okay, put
lotion on
my so-
skin.
Let me introduce you to a brand new flavor, a flavor that no one has ever had before. Mammoth meatballs. And
like
I slam
from
a
a woolly
huge
mammoth.
meatball in front of you, right on the counter.
Hello.
Yes, from a woolly mammoth.
Hello, I'm back. You thought I was gone, didn't you? You thought all the
Oh
mammoths were
shit! It
gone.
fucking talks. What is this?
I'm back.
I'm gonna have to get a taste of this.
I'm back,
This sounds delicious.
motherfuckers.
Whoa! You can't. Hold on. It's It just spoke. We can't eat this.
Who
No,
cares, man?
I want to be
It's a
eaten.
meatball.
Taste me. I'm
The
delicious.
meatball wants to be eaten.
See, that's because he knows his destiny.
I'm nutritious and delicious.
It's
And
only you, the scientist, who fights against the natural order.
Me? No, I try to research and do the right thing in life.
You don't
I'm
want
a
to kill him.
scientist.
You don't want us to eat a meatball because you guys engineered it to talk. Not on me.
We did not engineer it to talk. No, this is a new thing to me.
slap them
meatball,
noodles
what's-
on me, baby.
Look, come on.
Meat-
I'm gonna sauce it
meatball.
up. Here we go. I'm taking the
Oh,
meatball.
hold on.
and I'm
Meatball.
putting it in the spaghetti. I'm putting the sauce all over it.
Oh yeah, I
Shit,
love
Meatball, do you have a
donut
name?
sauce. Yes, my name is Jurassic Mammoth, and I'm ready to get down in the throat and the belly. Let's go.
There we go. Let's see.
All right, well,
easy peasy. Let me take
let's-
a bite out of this, and I'll tell you.
Do you
if
even
it's
want to
any
share
good.
it?
Help me!
Get out of here!
He's not gonna let me go.
If you had the opportunity to taste it way before me, you're the one who brought it here, so that's your fault. and
But
then
you
I
have
eat
this
the whole
sweet sauce
meatball
that I
right in
want.
front of your face.
I think you should both
Wow.
try me. Share. I'm a large meatball. I made
It
from
is
a
a pretty
mammoth.
large meatball. I did grow it.
I spit some of the meatball back out in your general direction for you to taste as well.
Thanks, and I do taste it anyway.
Because it's that rare.
All right.
It's a delicacy.
This is delicious.
It is
I've never
good.
had lab grown meat. I've grown so many meats out of my lab, and I've never tried it. And this is delicious. You are delicious, little Jurassic mammoth.
Call the police.
See? We gotta market this.
I told you I'd be good.
Let me get one of my investors on the line, actually, now that you've showed this to me.
You have investors? Who you got? Joe Rogan?
No, that guy just does a podcast. I'm talking Shark Tank level.
Yeah, you're
Mark
right. That guy
Cuban.
sucks. Mark Cuban? You know Mark Cuban?
No, but I know a guy named Mark that is Cuban, and he will hook us up.
All right, call him up. Let's see. I'll be Mark Cuban.
Give him a call.
Or I'll be Mark the Cuban. Sorry.
That was just down to me dialing the number.
All right.
Beep boop boop beep boop boop boop.
Hello? This is Mark the Cuban. How can I help you?
I got a great thing for you to invest in. This guy just brought some lab-grown woolly mammoth meatballs to put on spaghetti, and let me tell you, it's divine.
It fucking talks. Mark, it talks.
Last time we had a conversation about a new kind of meat, I got to say it was quite illegal. So,
This is perfectly legal. It's grown in a lab.
I grew
from
it.
mammoth
I grew
DNA.
it myself.
and who do you work for, sir? To have the permission to take mammoth DNA and make meatballs with it?
Disney.
I knew it.
Well, look, we could always go with another investor. I mean, we could always go with another company. Now that this technology's out there, we could probably develop it ourselves without this guy.
No, you know what? I think Disney's a good fit. We could sell it in the
think?
theme
I think so,
parks.
too.
Yeah, we could sell this mammoth meat. We could make a whole attraction out of it, right? We could have like
Plus, I've got the inn.
imagine like a log flume ride, but you're in a meatball and it splashes down in spaghetti sauce, right? And you had the noodles, you know, kind of singing a little song as you're going along. And then when you're out of the ride and you walk in that gift shop, it's a restaurant serving real mammoth meatballs. We are onto something, boys.
It's a world of noodles, a world of sauce. Oh, this is sounding good, man. It's already stuck in my head.
Yeah, I think what we should do is we need to go ahead and talk to your people at Disney. Let's get this ride going. Let's get this restaurant going. We need a good name. Does anybody have a good name? We can't just call it Mammoth Meatballs. I know that's Elm, but we got the whole M&M thing, and Monsters and Memories,
Oh,
the
I know.
wrapper,
Let's
the
call 'em-
candy.
Let's call him Jurassic Jangles.
Jurassic Jangles. This is it, boys. This is what it is. And the jangle and the song that we'll produce with Disney can be called the Jurassic Jangle Jingle.
Yeah,
And that's the song that plays in the ride. That's it.
Like if you
There it
like
is.
getting mammoth dangles, you're gonna love Jurassic Jangles.
Oh, buddy.
It's beautiful. We're gonna be rich, boys. We're gonna be
The
rich.
shit writes itself.
And
Thank
that's
God
how
for
it
Mark the
makes
Cuban.
sense. That's how the mammoth meatballs came into existence.
Can somebody
Makes
just bring
sense.
me a glass of water? Anyway,
Thank you, Mark the Cuban.
I think we know
Thank you,
now.
Disney.
It actually is a good idea. Now that we just ran through that scenario and like a ride.
Totally
with
great idea.
I would ride a ride like that. Ride a meatball, splash into some spaghetti sauce. You know.
Yeah, dude, I'm getting hungry after,
I'm hungry.
this podcast.
Yeah,
I'm
dude.
gonna eat some spaghetti and mammoth meatballs.
I'm gonna go make a meatball and just pretend that it's mammoth and just
Dude, me too.
enjoy
I'm
it.
gonna be jangling my Jurassics all night.
Yeah, this is actually
That sounds delicious.
now.
boys.
Now we just put it in perspective. I'm down with this. I'm excited. I'm gonna eat one.
I like birds.
Well, guys, I think that's. I think we're gonna have to move it over into the ending here. I think we've pretty much exhausted our resources, huh?
Yeah.
I
That's all the
definitely
milk
am
we got
exhausted.
this week, boys and girls.
All
I
right.
could use a mammoth meatball, though.
Yeah, me too. And the great thing about ham is that it tastes a little salty. But, we pretty much covered everything we set out to cover this week. So I just want to give everyone the opportunity, including myself, which I'll take right now. Hope you guys have a great week, and I'll see you guys next week. This is Uncle Steve, Jeremy Williams.
Goodbye, everybody.
Appreciate everybody. Keep coming back. Go listen to it on Spotify or anything but Apple.
Please.
Game Geezin.
We're just a few guys trying to make it in the podcast world. You can help by supporting this podcast. Download it, share it, like it, and subscribe to the channels. Because, after all, we just brought you a lot of freaking entertainment. And I think it's time to support us. And keep us alive, because everybody's gotta eat. Including dirty, nasty podcast people. I hope you enjoyed the podcast, and remember, new episodes are uploaded Mondays to all the places where podcasts be. You'll find Game Geezin, the best gaming podcast ever made. And I'm not just saying that because I'm in the podcast. So support us, Game Geezin, and we'll see you next week.